he belonged to OBC category candidate and handicapped. He applied under the category. Even he has secured more marks equivalent to the open category of his respective category, but he has selected in his respective category handicapped. So I have filed this petition to consider the appointment in the OBC open category on the basis of merit.
You applied in which category?
We got OBC handicapped.
You can't be a change of category.
Yes, it can be changed, Milord. On the basis of merit, it can.
Merit is automatically come in the general category.
Milord, general, thereafter.
Not OBC general.
Yes.
Open the general category if you have merit.
OBC open. I am claiming OBC open. Horizontal reservation. से हम वर्टिकल में कंसीडर होना चाहते हैं.
Change of appointment order. You already appointed.
2 years back.
Milord, I have already appointed.
2022.
After the appointment in a particular category, फर्क क्या पड़ता है? आप तो आ गए आप सर्विस.
नहीं सर, दिक्कत है उसमें.
क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
अब ये बोल रहे हैं कि आप फिर से चेक कराइए.
फिर से चेक कराइए.
हाँ, हैंडीकैप.
That is the reason why.
नहीं,
illegalities have been found in this.
सर्टिफिकेट जेन्युइन. बट हो ये रहा है सर. मैं
चेंज कराई, आपको फोर्जरी हुई तो नौकरी
नहीं.
Yes, this is the reason.
फोर्जरी नहीं है सर. इसमें जो
This is the reason,
सर्टिफिकेट हुए हैं, सर्टिफिकेट तो जेन्युइन है. सर्टिफिकेट जेन्युइन है.
बीमारी जेन्युइन नहीं है. हैंडीकैप
नहीं सर, एक बाई बर्थ है. खान की जो बीमारी है, न सुनने वाली बाई बर्थ होती है.
तो ठीक है, फिर चेकअप कराइए.
नहीं, चेकअप में दिक्कत ये है सर कि एक सिविल सर्जन बना के दे रहा है कि इनको नहीं है.
सिविल सर्जन है,
बोर्ड से नहीं कर रहा है सर. सिविल सर्जन के लेटर के आधार पर.
Challenge that, Milord. They will challenge it in anticipation. They are doing.
Where is the certificate? Handicap certificate.
Milord, may kindly see P2 page number 24 in the red petition.
डिसेबिलिटी सर्टिफिकेट मिनिस्ट्री ने दिया है, तो
हाँ।
सिविल सर्जन का क्या है?
सिविल सर्जन की रिपोर्ट के आधार पर टर्मिनेट कर रहा है. कई पिटीशन आई है सर, यहाँ पर सब में स्टे है.
आपका मिनिस्ट्री के बेसिस पे डिसेबिलिटी सर्टिफिकेट मेडिकल अथॉरिटी ने दिया
जी.
सिविल सर्जन की पावर थोड़ी होगी, आप उसको फिर चैलेंज करिएगा. ये तो दिस इज क्लियरली शोइंग कि कुछ गड़बड़ है.
That's what I am saying.
सर,
We want.
नहीं, जो गड़बड़ है उनके साथ हो, लेकिन जो गड़बड़ नहीं है उनको भी उसके साथ है लोग टर्मिनेट.
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा.
हाँ सर, बाई बर्थ है, कम सुनाई देता है.
वो तो ऑटोमेट्रिक टेस्ट में आपको सुनाई भी दे रहा है और नहीं सुनाई दे रहा. हो गया 40% पे आ गए.
40% का है.
टेस्ट कोई मीटर तो है नहीं.
नहीं, एक
तो आपको सुनाते कि बीप सुनाई दे रही है, नहीं दे रही. आप बीप सुनाई भी दे रही है, नहीं सुनाई दे रहा. हो गया.
ठीक है, लेकिन लीगली सर आई एम एंटाइटल टू ओबीसी ओपन. जैसे द डायरेक्ट जजमेंट ऑफ
आफ्टर अपॉइंटमेंट. At the time of appointment, if you qualify in that category, they can put you in open category. But not after appointment मिल गया, because they ask you to check this. This creates a doubt on your.
And they
Milord, that the duty of the state to apply the policy properly.
We are inclined to say that this is because they will ask you for to undergo that you are coming here like this.
Sir, may kindly the judgment of the recent judgment of the Saurabh Yadav Milord and Sadhana Singh Dhange.
That is for appointment. And recent decision of the government in that IAS officer's handicap case.
जी, आई नो सर. लेकिन सर इसमें जो पॉलिसी जो
होना शुरू हो गया.
Oh, that is.
जो पॉलिसी है, पॉलिसी को
We are not inclined. What do you want?
Milord, I am seeking order on merit, Milord.
On merit.
I am, yes, Milord, I am relying to judgment, Milord. The learned single bench had not given a finding, not written a single line on the judgment relying.
So one judgment of a case of post-appointment change of category.
And then that too after 2
Don't
weeks.
trust pre-appointment change of category.
ठीक है सर, यही
Post-appointment change of category दिखाइए.
ठीक है सर, यही ऑब्जर्वेशन दे दें आप उसमें.
हाँ जी.
यही ऑब्जर्वेशन दे
क्या?
जो माननीय न्यायालय बोल रही है, क्योंकि ये लेकुना स्टेट का है. स्टेट को एट द टाइम ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट पॉलिसी अप्लाई करना चाहिए.
स्टेट का लकूना है कि बिना टेस्ट की अपॉइंटमेंट दे देते हैं, बिल्कुल लकूना है.
तो सर
उसी समय सबको टेस्ट कराना चाहिए था.
नहीं, फिर तो सर ऐसा होगा कोई
नहीं है.
एलएलबी करके सिविल जज बना है तो बोले आप फिर से परीक्षा दो एलएलबी की कि आप पास हो गए. यही कर रहे हैं लोग.
It's not like.
तब हम मानेंगे कि आपका सर्टिफिकेट जेन्युइन है.
Anyways, what do you want?
Milord, I am seeking order on merit, Milord, on the issue involved.
Very fine. Appellant appeals order dated 23/7/2024, whereby the petition of the appellant seeking change of his category from open. What does EH stand for?
Ear handicap. Ear handicap.
Yes.
Open stroke H
Yes.
Sorry, OBC stroke EH
EH,
to OBC stroke open
open.
has been dismissed. Petitioner had applied for appointment to the post of higher secondary teacher under physically handicapped category on the basis of a disability certificate issued by the medical authority at District Chhatarpur on 9/10/2008. As per the certificate, petitioner suffers from hearing impairment
40%.
40%. As per the counsel for the petitioner submits that petitioner appellant was more meritorious and was eligible in OBC open category, but he has been appointed in the OBC stroke ear hearing category. He has accordingly sought change of his category. The counsel for the respondent who appeared on advance copy submits that the petitioner is not seeking change of category at the stage of appointment, but is seeking change of category post his appointment on 24/6/2022. So he submits that the government noticed several large-scale irregularities in
In the
issuance of handicaps to disability certificates in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and by way of directed all appointees to undergo a fresh disability test
Test.
to ascertain their disability. So he submits that faced with the direction to undergo a disability test, petitioner has now sought change of category. So he submits that change of category is not permitted post employment, as the categorization is for the purposes of employment, and petitioner having secured appointment. And since the petitioner who has already secured appointment is now seeking change of appointment, ex facie shows that petitioner is afraid to undergo the disability test. So he submits that.
P8, I have already submitted representation, my lord, before the authority, page 47.
You already
Submitted representation before the authority, P8, page number 47.
what is this representation?
Yes, my lord.
So what are we going to do with your representation now?
Minor son.
And number of
Single judge in the impugned order has noticed that the appellant had admittedly applied for appointment under the physically handicapped category and placed reliance on the medical certificate dated 9/10/2008, referred to here and above. The single judge has noticed.
लॉर्ड्स सब एक बात और रह रही इसमें, P7 है जो इन्होंने कैटेगरी चेंज की है, P7 डॉक्यूमेंट देखें, पेज नंबर 36, आफ्टर अपॉइंटमेंट इन्होंने कैटेगरी चेंज की हुई है, वो डॉक्यूमेंट मैंने लगाया है.
The single judge has also noticed that after issuance of letters to all appointees to undergo fresh reassessment of their disability status, petitioner has filed the subject application. In our view, learned single judge has rightly held that there is no locus of the petitioner to seek migration of the category, as no right of the petitioner is being violated by adjusting by his appointment in the OBC handicapped category from the category in which he had applied. So petitioner was duly appointed in the category in which he applied. Good stuff. The grievance, even if petitioner was more meritorious and should have been adjusted in the OBC open category at the time of his appointment, the grievance, if any, would have been of a OBC handicapped candidate who lost out on appointment because petitioner was not shifted to the open category. So the petitioner who has been appointed in the category in which he applied cannot certainly raise a grievance with regard to the non-changing of his category.
Exactly.
So it is apparent that petitioner is afraid to undergo a reassessment handicap test, a reassessment test to assess his handicap. And that is why the subject petition has been filed. We are of the view that
And I am also relying the judgment of Saurabh Yadav, page number.
we will deal with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Shows the judgment, we will deal with it.
Yes, ma'am.
The
2022 मालूम सौरभ यादव वाला सब बुक निकाली थी.
you know, the view that the single judge has rightly held that petitioner cannot seek change of his category after having been duly appointed. Which judgment are you referring to?
Para 25 to 58.
The reliance placed by learned counsel for the petitioner, for the appellant, on the judgment of the Supreme Court in Saurabh Yadav versus State of Uttar Pradesh, 2021, 4 SCC 524, to contend that
And also the Sadhana Singh Dangi Milat reported.
we'll deal with it. To contend that any selection which results in candidates being selected against open/general category with less merit than other available candidates in reserved category would be opposed to principles of equality is misplaced for the reason that in Saurabh Yadav case, the Supreme Court was concerned with the appointment of candidates. So the Supreme Court held that if a person who had applied in a reserved candidate category was more meritorious than the candidates being selected in the general category, then they were entitled to be considered an appointment in the general category, and the reserved seats which would then be available would be required to be filled by other candidates in the said category. So in the case of petitioner has been given an appointment. As noticed above, the grievance, if any, of petitioner not being shifted to the open category could have been raised by a candidate in the reserved category who's missed out on appointment. So a petitioner who has already secured an appointment cannot now seek change of his category. As noticed above, the petition is clearly malified, and petitioner has filed this petition solely to avoid undergoing a reassessment of his disability. In view of the above, we find no infirmity in the view taken by the learned single judge or any merit in the petition. The petition is consequently dismissed.
Page number 38, Deepak Tiwari.
Obliged.
Although the YC has